Welcome everyone. This is our progress so far. We're gonna add on to this section, it looks like today. Chain drive is still smooth as silk, and it'll be even better once I get it stabilized here. It locks up a little bit over here just because I hadn't got all this tied together, and it jiggles these gears out of sequence. But but for the most part, the actual chain itself is still smooth as silk. So I'm looking forward to getting all this tied together so it's more stable, and we can go from there. But for right now, we start off on page 32, and I've got my specs on my head but not my eyes, so let's try that. Take this guy with our little divots facing towards you. Actually, I don't think it'll work the other way even if you tried. Snap those in, and we do it all 8 more times. Ooh. Nice click on each one, it looks like. All right. Now take this one along the bottom. It's got its tabs that go into the holes. Just got there. Slide them. Oh. Everybody's sort of lined up, and then just ease them. All right. Nice. Nice, solid, reinforced beam doodads, I guess. I'll be honest, that went a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to. Now, take one of these and 2 of these, and what I'm going to do, I think, put one on first. Maybe. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but man, I'm going to slide it in. If this works, I'm going to, and you on the other side. Boom. And we are supposed to lube these up, so I will do that momentarily. But for the first thing I'm going to do, just go through here and pop these on, I think. Because that worked really easily. I think the hard part's going to be getting this in the first part. In the wrong. Got my less entertaining watch face on too, so I fixed that. And all right, now we get to pop these over, and a little tight in between each of these, but there's enough room to get them lined up at least. I gotta say, so far, as good as this thing's going together, I think this is going to be my new recommendation for the starter kit. If you want to, particularly on the machine type builds, because this is really going together. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a much more difficult build than it's been thus far. So I'm really pleased about that. And I think it's a little pricey, so you definitely wait until it's on sale. But otherwise, I think this would definitely be a good, rather than starting up on one of the marble runs or something, this sort of still lets you use the gears and all the other stuff. Okay, now, let's see. This is fairly stable as far as staying up, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lube on these things before I go any further, because okay, so I just actually, I think this works. Let me try. I do want to try something else before I get to where this paintbrush is not. Got some swabs with, they're not soft on the end, but I think maybe not. I know it's not too big to get around the corners there, get in the nooks and crannies. Okay, that was just a thought. Back to the real stuff. Back to the paintbrush. And honestly, I'm not even sure where what's rubbing on these, but I'm gonna try and hit them. I would imagine it's probably just going to be around the top, but I'm going all the way around anyway, because these don't feel like they're going to, yeah, I know they're not going to rotate, but something's going to rub on them. And hear the dogs out there wandering around. I'm sort of curious what they're getting into. Okay, one more time across the top of each of them, because I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to end up having to be needing lubrication. Okay, now supposed to take our nylon thread, is what they're calling it. That end opens. Alright, and we want, it says about 9 inches or 230 millimeters. So I don't know if that's pulled tight. It's really not pulled tight. So I'm going to do about midway tight. Put this about right there. Okay, we'll need you later on. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow. Now we pop you in one end. That is a snug. Stretch you down and pop you through the other end. Okay. All right. Easy enough. Okay. Now what's next? Now we set that aside. Right there's a good spot for you. And we start on this one. run you through. With any, no, that's symmetrical, so it shouldn't matter which way. All right. Now we take these guys, and they are, yeah, I'll make sure they all face the same way. And there, and I was worried I might not have pulled enough pieces for tonight, but since I'm already at 11 minutes, I think I have. All right. That done. Now, sort of the same thing again. These go on either end of this one. Snug fit, but I think there's enough room there to maneuver. Just barely, I think. Let's try, I think I might put too much stress on it. Okay, go in sideways and do it like that. Yep, there we go. There. Yep, that's the trick. Sort of get it started and let this take it on home. And actually, I think I just figured out, for me anyway, it works better to pull. So I'm going to go down and work my way, and I'll spin it around and work my way back. And this one I can probably do without the... Okay. Now, this, like... Yep. All right. And okay. Okay. Now I see why we need these lube, but I'm going to wait for a second on that. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do the lube later. This just goes in like these. Actually, you know what might work better? Stick them both in and just, yeah, put them together. easier on my thumbs that way. All right. Okay. That was over there, and now get our lube going. I'm just gonna try and hit top and bottom a little bit. I think it'll spread to where it needs to pretty easily, because I peeked ahead and see where we're going. Actually, I'm just going to try and dab it on some on top of each one. Then I'm going to try and spread it. Work out my method as I go along. Maybe by the time I'm done, I'll have something down. Won't help me much, but it'll help y'all. And I'm also, from what I'm about to do, I guess I could. I've got to narrow it down enough that I can bring it in a little bit. Okay, got y'all sort of done. And then get inside those. These. Supposed to just pop right on according to the picture. Yeah. And let me see. And yep, I put it on backwards. It's supposed to be away from the... So I'm supposed to go on like that with the little groove doodad on the back side. Okay. But that's why we do this, so make sure, so y'all can learn from my mistakes, right? Okay. Better this time. And we are going to tie these together up here too, so these are going to be more stable. Trying to find the least bendy way to do this. And I'm failing. $21. All right. That's gonna work better out, right? Oop. Too much on that side. Excess on there and there. All right. Now, finish up today, and we go to install our keys. And we start with C down here. It's gonna lock you in. Okay. D. E. And back to A. Oh, well, I guess starting off on A. Go back to C on it eventually. B. Some of these are slightly more cooperative than others, but nothing too traumatic so far. Okay, so we got our keys in place. And, where to put my rubber bands? There they are. Now, get to tie these together here. So, let's just go in. Yeah, gonna make like a triangle on them. That's what it sort of looked like. Just gonna go. And down. And I need handy dandies for this. Back over there. So now we got a. Yep. There we go. Excellent. I'll just use it as a hook instead of the. Nope. Excellent. Let me do a stop and start right quick, and because I'm about to run out of time on this one. Okay, now we're good to go. Yeah, so these are going to be our net. Coming together quite nicely. I'm pleased. I'm pretty sure this is not how real keyboards work. Right. I can hold it down here, but yeah. So we are going to be able to play tunes if I had any musical talent. I took a couple of years of piano lessons, but that's been well over 40 years ago. Okay. Now, get to do a little bit of assembly. We don't get to put our keyboard in place yet, but let me clean off my paintbrush here. But we do get to mount this piece onto our superstructure and need that to secure it with. Alright, let's get you reasonably centered. Okay, so this okay. That's a little anticlimactic, really, just popping it in there and pop this down to hold it in place. But we got all our things lined up here. I almost hate to stop there. But I'm going to, because I've got to assemble all the strikers and everything through here before I mount the keyboard on. But back at them. I can show off the chain drive one more time. Yeah, I'll say this will be even better once this gets stabilized good. But it's really smooth, really steady. I'm very pleased with how that's worked, and I think the more I use it, the more that lube's going to work its way into the frame and all the appropriate hinges or whatever you want to call them, and they'll continue to be smoother. I'm pleased with our nice springy keys. I may have to see if I can dig up an old music book and see if I can actually play some really simple songs. But anyway, that's where I'm going to cut her off today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.